Hey guys, welcome back to the video. Today, we're gonna be doing Dogeminer 2, and not just Dogeminer 2. We're gonna be talking about grade 3 because I made a video on grade 2, kindergarten, grade 1, where I basically just played Dogeminer and told about funny stories that happened in that grade. So yeah, I haven't done one in grade 3 yet because I've been taking a break from YouTube, but I'm back. I want to try and upload more, so I'm gonna start by doing this. So yeah, I guess I should probably get into it because it's probably gonna be a longer video than the other ones. Hold on, is this is this like only coming out the left side of your headphones if you have headphones on? Is it only coming out the left side or the right side? I don't know. I just did this cool setting in OBS where it's like I can make it go on one side. And if it didn't work, I'm cutting this part out. Alright, so the year started off not the best. Um, so we were all in the gym on like the first week of school. We were all in the gym and we were put in basically our different classes. And me and Jesse, who had been my friend since grade 1 and grade 2, we were friends. Grade 3, we were split up. We were put in different classes. I was put in the same class as Mika and Wyatt, which I talked about in my last video, my grade 2 video, a long time ago. So I was we were mostly like the trio. And then I kind of stopped being friends with Jesse during this year. So yeah, I mostly just stopped being friends with Jesse because it was hard to keep friends with him. So my main friends for this year were Mika and Wyatt. Um, so yeah, we were just kind of like, hang out recess, hang out in class. Whenever we were put in a group project, it would always be so much fun. And during lunchtime, we had this really cool thing in our class where we got to sit next to our friends, which was, whoa, so great. I mean, we get to do that now literally every day. But before it was like an insane thing. I also look at my timelines. Hee hee hee. And yeah, I'm kind of just distracted myself there by trying to make a joke. Anyways, um, so yeah, during lunchtime, that was the last year we had lunch monitors. The very last year we had lunch monitors before in grade 4. We didn't have lunch monitors anymore. We weren't really supervised anymore, which was a bit of a mistake considering some of the people that were in my class in grade 4. So like during lunchtime, we were like, the thing is, grade 3s still need lunch monitors, but like they're like just old enough to the point where like they still need supervision, but they're kind of like it's still like a bit too old for supervision. They're like in the mid. They're like halfway. They're like in the middle. Like so yeah, it's kind of like when you're like a teenager, but like almost an adult. So like you want to have all this freedom, but like you don't actually get you don't actually like get full control over your life. That's the best way I could portray it. So we were kind of just like troll the lunch monitors, especially Mika actually did that a lot. Like if they told us to we always had to sit down. That was weird. They always wanted us to sit down for some reason. Like why can't we just be walking around? I mean, we do that in our class. Or we did before people started not being okay. So yeah, we would just kind of troll them. Like if they said, "Okay, go sit in your desk," or like go to your desk, Mika or me would just try and like fit our bodies inside of our desk. Because that's what they said. They told us to go inside of our desk. I mean, it's kind of on them. They should have just said sit in your chair, not sit in your desk. You can't go inside your desk. So yeah, and then they would get mad, and then sometimes they would write our names on the board, but usually not because they're bad. And another funny story about lunch is when we were sitting next to each other, we kind of we were kind of doing that too much, and then we kind of got banned from like sitting together. Like just us three got banned from sitting together at lunch, which was a bit sad. But before that happened, Wyatt used to always bring Goldfish, those cheese crackers, the Goldfish crackers. They're really good. He would always bring a big container of them to lunch. To school for lunch, and one time he just like I'm pretty sure he was just like full or something, so he just kind of spilled his fishies all over the table, and this was like a big container of them, so like there was like tons of like goldfish on there was tons of goldfish on that table, so me and Mika were just like grabbing huge handfuls of them, just shoving in our mouth and trying to eat as much of it as we could before like it was all gone. So basically we both just like devoured all of it, and it was really funny at the time. And what was like? Oh yeah, another cool thing about our grade is back in grade 3 we had something amazing called Fridays. Most people already like Fridays to begin with, which like I don't. Fridays aren't my favorite day of the week, but they're okay. Thursdays are my favorite actually because we get like fun. We always get fun activities on Thursday. But yeah, most people's favorite day are Friday because it's the last day of school, and not many people like school. I mean, I don't hate it. I just don't really like it either. But on Fridays, we basically didn't have to do any work until the afternoons, which was insanely good back then. So how our day went is at the beginning of the day, we would get music first thing, which well, I was gonna say back then, but basically the whole way through elementary school, music is literally the easiest subject ever. I mean, it's not the funnest, but it's extremely easy. Next, we would go back to our classroom and do a spelling test, which are super easy, because if you didn't know, I'm pretty good at spelling. We don't have spelling tests this year, but I'm pretty good at spelling, so spelling tests are like the easiest thing ever. It's barely work. So then after, we would usually just go have recess, go outside, and oh yeah, at recess, this is probably gonna get off topic because I have a lot of things to say. But during recess and in the mornings, mostly, because no one was there at the mornings, me and Mika would like go early in the morning and like go to these like two bars, which are perfectly spaced out apart, which you can kind of like hold on to both the bars and then kind of like flip backwards, like it's a backflip, but it's not midair. It's like you're holding onto the bar, and then right before you land, you let go of the bars and then you don't like snap your arms off. And yeah, we would do that a lot. And one time I did like 10 in a row, and after I was so dizzy I just fell on the ground. And those were just that was like really fun moments. And then other people were doing them too. Wyatt couldn't really do them, but me and Miko would always do them. Anyways, back to Fridays. Then after recess we would go inside and we would go to gym, which was back then it was really fun because once grade 4 started, um, gym started getting not so fun anymore because we just did sports and not other games, which are way better. Like my favorite thing to do in gym is what we did in like grade 1, grade 2, where we play like tag games or games we had to tag each other, which we did back then. So that's why gym time was always so exciting whenever it happened. But yeah, sadly nowadays all we do is sports, which sports suck. Sports are for losers, and yeah, I always like tag games though because I'm speed and I can just run away and win every time, and it's so fun. But yeah, back then we did tag games and stuff, so that was fun. And then when we came inside, we would do the greatest subject ever. It's called play games on the Chromebooks. We had a lot more of this in grade 4, but in grade 3, this was like a really special thing. So we didn't actually just get to play whatever we want. We had to play a math game or educational games. Mostly played Prodigy, which is, if you don't know, it's like a math game where like it's like where you basically do quests and you fight enemies, and to be able to do an attack, you need to answer a math equation or a problem. And if you got it wrong, then they would get to attack on you and you wouldn't because you're bad at math. And if you got right, then you're good at math and you got to attack, but they always get to attack anyways. But sometimes they miss, but you never miss, which is your why can I not think? Advantage. That took me a long time to figure it out. Whoa. And then after we would have lunch and then a longer recess, which was like lunch recess, which was double the length. It was 40 minutes instead of 20. And then we would just go back inside and usually do like art or maybe math again for the rest of the day. And yeah, Fridays were the best, and then we got to go home for the weekend. Alright, so this year was basically the start of the memes, except for grade 1, where Moose Cum was the meme. But this was like the start of like actual memes that we made up. And me, Mika, and Wyatt, we all made up this random meme, which is like animals, but like they were drunk. Like there was the drunk duck, the drunk goose, which Mika made up, and the drunk penguin that Wyatt made up. And then Mika's older brother Alex, who was also in our school, he made up the drunk hippo, which is also funny. I don't actually remember how it started, but I do remember I made it up. Actually, no, I do remember. Okay, so one day, remember that old like that VR horror game named Duck Season? If you don't, that's fine. You can just like look it up and watch someone's Let's Play of it, so you know what it's about. And basically, we were back then we would do like these role-playing games out in the playground sometimes if we were bored. Like we would just role play as different horror game characters. Like we did it in grade 1 as well with like Hello Neighbor and Finance of Freddy's and other stuff like that. So we were all role playing me, Miko, Wyatt, and his brother Alex. We were all role playing duck season, and we were all choosing what character we want to be. And since it was duck season, I decided to make like a joke about I want to be a drunk duck, and we all just kind of laughed it off. And later, it kind of turned into more just a stupid meme. Like even Mika made up the drunk duck dance, which I'm not gonna do to avoid getting this video demonetized because it's so cringy. Oh, and I also made up the drunk monkey, which also had its own dance, which is also gonna get this video demonetized because it's also so cringy, not because it's inappropriate. And okay, fine. Okay, if you want to see it, if this video gets 10 likes, if this video gets 10 likes somehow, then I will do a video of me doing both dances with no context and upload it and not delete the video. So yeah, that was just a stupid meme we made. But now that we've gone through that, do you guys remember when I made those Geometry Dash live streams back in like February and March? Hopefully you do, because in those live streams, I was already kind of experienced with the game, even though that was my first video on my channel that I've ever done on that game. And in the live streams, I actually said that, like, back in grade 3, I used to play the game all the time. So that's what I'm going to be talking about for the rest of the video. So back in, like, grade 2, I think it actually was, I remember, okay, most of you, okay, I don't know how many of you, but do you guys, like, used to watch, like, Dan TM when you were younger? So I think I was at, like, recess or something, and me and Wyatt were just like talking, and we were discussing we were talking about like the NTM, and we were discussing which of his series do we like the most, and I said that at the time I liked his Geometry Dash ones the most. So yeah, he kind of agreed with me, and we both kind of like shared like that we like have the game on our phone, because he had an iPad at the time, so he had it on his iPad, and I had my phone. And we just kind of shared like how far we were in the game. We were both on the same level. We were on Poltergeist, which is only the 3rd level. It was Poltergeist actually. I was only at 3rd level, which is like nothing compared to what I did later. But yeah, that was like the start of it. And then later we kind of got Mika into the game, and I bought the Steam version of it, which is like it's really cheap. It's only like $5. Why I'd still use the mobile version though, because I don't actually remember why. But yeah, and then after we kind of a little bit later in grade 3, we kind of discovered how easy it was to like hang out. Cause before then, how we would do it is just like we'd have to like arrange the whole thing. Like usually on the weekends, we just have to arrange it with like both of our parents to see if it and like arrange a play date. But now we realized how easy it was. We were just after school, we would just both walk home together. Cause that was like the first year where I started being able to walk home by myself. Cause the years before I was picked up by someone in my family. But starting grade 3, I got to walk home by myself, which meant I could basically leave immediately if I want, or I could stay for a little bit. So me and Mika would just like leave at the same time. We would walk home together, and we'd like walk to my house, and then we both just like go in my house, and I had like a little like a phone there, and he would call his parents to ask if it was fine that he was over, and then I would call my parents to ask if it was fine if he was over. And if they both said yes, which was like 90% of the time, then he could stay, and we would just like do stuff. And one of the main things we did, when I was with when Wyatt was over, we usually just watched YouTube videos, like a few YouTubers that we liked, like 8-Bit Ryan as well. We used to watch him over at my house. But usually when Mika's over, we would always play Geometry Dash on my computer, and we would have so much fun just playing it, and it'd be so much fun. We'd like, another cool thing we did is me, Mika, Alex, and no, it wasn't Alex. It was me, Mika, and Wyatt. We all made a collab level on Geometry Dash. It's still in my account. You can look at it right now. If you use Geometry Dash, just My username's just Spongedog, a capital S, no spaces obviously, and you'll be able to view all my old horrible levels that I made back in grade 3. And why is this not unlocked? That's ridiculous. Why? Including the collab level that we all made. Like I made a part, he made a part, and then I was the verifier. I verified it, and yeah, it's still on my account right now. It's called Another World, and just so you know. So yeah, that's basically what we did when we were over at each other's house. Same thing when I was at Mika's house or Wyatt's house. We would always just play Jumper Trash or watch YouTube. Most of the time, we didn't really do anything else. I mean, sometimes when Wyatt was over, I have like 2 computers, so I would go on my computer, he would go on the other one, and then we would both like play Roblox. Like he would log into your account, and we'd both like play Roblox together. We did that sometimes as well, if we like wanted to. So yeah, unlike other years where I actually had a specific like funny moment from the year, I don't have any real like funny moments because not many people in my class were like class clowns or that savage, unfortunately. But I did. This year was grade 3 was really fun, and yeah, that's basically all I have to say for grade 3. It was pretty good, I think. So yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Definitely share this video with your friends and all your family and everyone you know, honestly. And yeah, I'm sorry I haven't been uploading much. I've been uploading like once a week, sometimes skipping a week. I've been doing this for the past like 2 months, so I'm sorry, but like I've just been wanting a break, and we're trying to upload more often recently, hopefully, like at least twice a week. It should be good, and yeah. Sorry I've been on a break for so long. I'm gonna try and do videos more often, and yeah, I've been trying to get been going for timelines. I'm at timeline 430 right now, which is pretty nice. So yeah, I should be at 1,000 in probably another month. I'll be there. So yeah, bye. Well, almost bye. Now bye. Another cool thing is I got Windows 10 as well. That's why I haven't been uploading much. And yeah, comment down below if you like these longer videos.